What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Day One fam?
You already know what it is. We back in here with another video. We gonna get right on into it. We got Trap Geek. We had to bring it back for a part two of the Trap Geek shit. So I had to bring Maya back in the building because she fucked with the topic that he's about to talk about, which you can already
Yes,
see in the title.
sir.
The link will be in the description. So
But first, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Day One fam.
let's go.
Y&W Melly hired the same lawyers that you used for your murder trial.
Right. Yeah, I helped him out with that. I told him that we was going to get.
South Florida rapper did not have much to say, making his first appearance in court after being accused of killing two men he called his friends.
Jamel, remember, you don't speak to anyone but me or Mr. Cohn. Remember that.
But I set a bond. It was level 1, house arrest, and the other terms and conditions will be in the order.
All right, what is up, everybody? God damn, this is a huge update in the Melly case. While everybody in Florida was out at the beaches, just risking Corona to go to Cheesecake Factory, the judge in the Melly case was on a Zoom call, basically on a Skype, telling YW Bortland that he was free to go on a $75,000 bond. He got approved. Some people are like, wait, what? He's free to go? Bond on a murder charge in South Florida? That's almost unheard of. The crazy part is the 75 grand, which is super low. Anything less than $500,000 for first degree murder charge is practically unheard of. And we're hearing words, potentially the trial is set to begin as...
I'm not sure what that means. Yeah.
early as July 2nd. And this could be bigger than the 6ix9ine trial. Honestly, this is not the first death penalty case rap fans have witnessed. Boosie beat the death penalty. Now his lawyers are working for Melly. And this is how crazy high-profile cases are in the age of the internet. We have lawyers beefing with trolls on Instagram and Twitter. Like, you can't make this shit up. The lawyer, no filter, just, he did it. Just on Twitter. That's 2020.
What?
You're certainly
He
innocent
did
until
it.
proven guilty. But that's
Yo, these lawyers must really be on some game. Like, if they're getting it a bond that low, like, wow.
seems to be, to me, my opinion, a despicable act of homicide, if not, again, murder.
Anyways, we're going to get into all this. But before we do, check out my song of the day. This is Timo the Great. Let's go. Sorry, mama.
We're not gonna play the song of the day. Sorry, bro. Shout out to Timo the Great, though. Keep doing your thing.
This has got. We know Melly probably won't get bond. He'll be in jail until the trial starts. And with Cortland Henry free on house arrest, the rumors online started circulating that he had snitched. All the comments on the blogs, Instagram, academics.
Bro, you already know people was gonna say he snitched, bro.
He told he's got to be snitching. And the fuel was added to the fire when Double XL and DJ Vlad posted some fugazi
Wait,
fake
who
news
is that?
coming from Cortland Henry.
They say it's the dude that was in the dude that was driving the car when the two other people got shot.
Really?
Yeah.
His lawyer, who took to Twitter to basically say Melly fans are delusional and Melly's never getting out. Now, all that would be cool and fine, except that wasn't actually his lawyer. Those tweets are from the lawyer representing the family of the victims. So of course he's dunking on Melly any chance he gets, right? That's his job. Now, if you actually pull up the court documents, we know he most definitely did not snitch. In fact, neither him nor Melly told on each other, right? They both stayed silent, and that's actually why the state is so pissed. Because they've been trying for practically a year now to get him to turn on Melly. But these tactics didn't work, and neither Melly or Cortland Henry flipped on each other. What's going to be super interesting once the trial starts is how both sides played the relationship that Melly had with the two kids who were killed.
Me and all my niggas, we had the same thing going on.
This is so
Yeah,
crazy.
my day on it. You got
He said it's like a whole bro, RP him.
It is
Like,
just
bro,
mad
that
at the
shit-
success. But now they see it, they just hate it. But they love it at the same time. So it's like both 50-50 in everybody.
They love us and hate us. Like, they happy to see us. Rapper, that's what you want to be.
RP
They
him
don't get a
too.
job at Wendy's.
You pull up any photos, video, whatever, these are clearly best friends. Melly, Sack Chaser, Juvie, and Bortland. super tight. However, you probably also heard
So
the
they was
rumors
rappers
about
too?
Melly's mom being threatened by Sack Chaser.
We text messages from Sack Chaser threatening all her friends and all these people like he's about this life. But I'm saying like, who the fuck you ever robbed? Who the fuck you ever shot at? Oh, you threatened me with your little gun? I got big guns. Melly is my child. And he is gonna be great because he's talented.
And by the way, she had Melly when she was just 14 years old. That's why she looks so young. But that's a video of Melly's mom taken from her Instagram. And it sounds like she's talking about Sack Chaser. But a lot of people online are also saying that video clip was chopped up and taken out of context, and that she's actually talking about Melly's stepdad. I don't know. The prosecution's gonna try and paint a couple pictures of Melly. Don't forget, they want the death penalty. So they're going to argue that the killings were especially heinous, committed in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner, and lastly, it was committed by a criminal gang member. Now for that one, things as simple as tattoos can prove that you're a gang member. Even though we know that just because you have a tattoo doesn't mean that. And just because you call you and your friends your gang or whatever, doesn't mean you're a part of an actual gang. But the system likes to play loose and fast with the criminal gang charges. Funny enough, they're actually doing the same thing to Lil Durk and King Von in Atlanta right now. But that's a separate.
Bro, what? I ain't heard nothing about that. Like, they just got out and they haven't gone to trial. Like, bro, that was like hella long ago. Like, King Von and Lil Durk. That shit crazy.
Story. Now here's how the trial is going to play out. Murder trials usually last 3, 5, 10 days. Depends on how much material they have to present to the jury. The first day is jury selection and maybe a witness or two. But in the Melly case, as far as we know, there are no witnesses. The killings happened on a lonely stretch of road near the Everglades, which is why the prosecutors desperately wanted Bortland to turn state and testify against
This happened
Melly.
in Florida?
Looks like that's not going to happen. Day 2
I'm not sure.
will be workers from the crime scene, DNA experts, detectives, timeline witnesses, and if they had the murder weapons, they would maybe ask the gun shop owner or whoever to identify that yes, they did indeed sell this gun to Melly. But in this case, they can't because they don't have the murder weapons. See, the police believe that Melly shot both boys from the back left seat. Then he got outside and sprayed up the right side of the car to make it look like a drive-by. Then the detectives claimed that Cortland Henry helped Melly with a cover-up, dropping the victims off at the hospital around 4 o'clock in the morning, fabricating a story that concealed Melly's involvement while he was able to later retrieve and dispose of the weapons. Now, I don't know if any of that's true.
Whoa.
That's just what the police claim. The timeline
It
goes
was
something
on
like
some
this.
shit.
At 3:20 in the morning, Melly and 3 friends were seen on CCTV video surveillance leaving the New Era recording studio in Fort Lauderdale. They got into a Jeep Compass and drove off. Bortland was driving, Melly was in the back left seat. The 2 victims were on the right. When Cortland got to the hospital around 4:30 in the morning, he told police that they were victims of a drive-by at an intersection on Miramar Parkway. But the police say there were no reports of gunshots in that area. Instead, they believe the shooting happened far west, near a waste treatment plant. And to back this claim, the police are using cell phone records to say that Bortland lied about the path he took to get to the hospital. And they also claim they got the canine dogs to sniff the area, and that somehow shows that there were no other vehicles present on the road, so it couldn't have been a drive-by, according to the police. Now, after all that, day 3 of the trial is usually the prosecutors.
Bro, this shit is crazy. Like, all this shit. Like, how would you be able to 100% prove that, like, that it wasn't a drive-by or some shit? Like, I don't know, man.
Will have the family of the victims to be the last to testify. Then that same day, the prosecutors rest, and the defendants, basically Melly's team, calls their witnesses to establish the defense. Most of the time, you don't even need witnesses. They can oftentimes argue it successfully that the prosecutor just did not meet the burden of proof. The evidence has to leave the jurors firmly convinced. That's the purpose of the trial system. Then after day 3 or 5 or however long it takes for that whole process to go out, you would wait maybe 20 minutes, 20 hours, even 20 days, whatever it takes for the jury to reach their verdict. And then we're going to find out if Melly's guilty or if he's innocent. Now, I know that all this together sounds like the police are going to crucify him, right? It sounds like they're going to win, open and shut. However, what people got to realize is without a witness, without a murder weapon, and without DNA of Melly at the crime scene, the state has a tough case to argue, especially when Melly paid a big bag for some heavy-duty lawyers that know how to poke holes in the prosecutor's arguments. What I think could be really important is this alleged phone recording that Melly has on his cell phone admitting that he's guilty. Nobody in the public has heard it, but the prosecutors are hyping it up like he's on camera admitting that he did it. But since nobody's heard it, we don't know how detailed that is. Now, I want to know what you guys think is going to happen in the comments below. But keep in mind, this is not a federal case. When the feds come knocking, it's usually a 95% success rate. They get your ass. Pause. But this is a state case. And last I checked, like, the murder conviction rate in Florida is 59% or something like that. And if you want to know how good Melly's lawyers are, they almost got the judge to agree to let Melly go on medical release during the whole COVID thing to a fan's house. Maybe the fan lived near the Broward County Jail or something, I don't know, but it's in the documents. Melly's team made a motion to send Melly over to a fan's house to recover from COVID away from the contaminated jail. And the dude, John Phillips, who's representing the victim's family, basically roasted Melly's team for trying to get that to happen. He also said that the fan allegedly had a young daughter in the house, which should disqualify him from housing someone who's charged with murder. Needless to say, the motion was denied, but this just goes to show that Melly's team is playing to win, bro. They'll try anything, and that's why you gotta wait for the trial, you gotta wait to see Melly's defense, and we'll see what happens.
Bruh, this shit is crazy, yo. Listen, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, but I really think it's over for Melly, bro. Like, I do not think he's coming home. Like, it's...
Hey, what if he get the death penalty?
Yeah, that's even crazier because, like, his music is tight, but, like, bruh, like, it's up to y'all to...
I don't think he really set his friends up. Do you think he really did that?
You never know what anybody is capable of, but shit, if he
Wow.
did do that, I mean, his music is tight, but that's some fucked up shit. Like, if he really killed his two homies, bro. But yeah, that's all for us. You know what I'm saying? We about to get out of here. Catch y'all on the next one.